What's up all you gamers? Here we are, back at the White House, and today I'm going to be showing you a really nice assault rifle build. Kind of got a little bit of everything to it: long range, a little bit of medium range and close range. If that sounds interesting, tune in, stay tuned, that's coming up next.
Pew, 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 pew. Pew, 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 pew. Whee.
Here we are guys and girls, back at the trusty gun range, and today we're going to be jumping on this one, and I'm going to show you one nice weapon that I haven't seen many people use, but I think it's actually really nice. And what it is this one just here. And if you have a little look, I've put a scope on it, because like I said, what we're going to try and do is have a bit of variety in the build. So obviously if something's running straight towards you, if you have a look at that beauty on my back, that's the chameleon. Now the chameleon mows things down. If you can keep up the buffs, it is amazing. But you won't always want to be using that, and if you prefer assault rifles in your build completely, then why not try this one? So if you have a little look, that's just all headshots. Reload's not bad at all. Now watch how much this does not move. Now I'm just going to hold the right trigger down, I'm not going to touch the analogues at all. This gun is a beast. Medium to long range, an absolute beast. It might not do quite as high damage as some of the things out there, but you can get, like, as soon as they're popping up from cover, you're going to hit them in the head. And you're going to hit them in the head constantly. Even when they're moving, you can do it quite well. But even if you're missing their head, you're going to be hitting them in the body. As long as your accuracy is good, you can hit them pretty much wherever you want. If you want to aim for their big toe, you're going to shoot them in the big toe. And obviously, if that's not what you're after, and they're all running straight at you, and you need a proper duck and cover move, here's your chameleon. And you know how good the chameleon is. The chameleon is an amazing gun. It's hard to make working builds, but I think this is a really nice gun as a kind of it's hit the fan type of thing. So as you can see, what I'm using here as well for skills is trusty assault rifle turret and the drone, the striker drone. So it's quite a nice easy build, but they take a bit of aggro for you, and then you kind of just chuck out some of your DPS, and that's the dude gone. It is a really nice build. And if you didn't want to use the drone, I would say either one of them. Say you were going to play solo, chuck on a reviver hive, sorry. So what have we got in the build? Now the best for this build is definitely the gunner. The gun that you want to be using for your distance shooting is Glory Days. Really nice gun, and the reason it's so good is perfect nearsighted. Receive 100% stability at a cost of 35% optimal range. But as you saw on that, unless you were going to be sniping, I wouldn't worry too much. Everything you're kind of aiming for, up to around about the 50 yard there, you're going to be hitting. If you wanted to be doing more than that, you chuck on a sniper. I think this works perfect in pretty much most environments. Now obviously for your backup, like I said, the chameleon. And the chameleon is, like I said, an here it goes moment. So it's got your 20% crit hit chance, 50% critical hit damage for 45 seconds, and your body shots gives you 90%, leg shots gives you 150% reload speed for 45 seconds. So basically if you can keep the buffs up on all of that, you've got all of those for 45 seconds, get to the next lot, do it again, constant buffs. That's if you can keep it on track. Now obviously with this, because of what I've got on, I'm doing it with maining this Glory Days gun. So if you were going to be maining that, then you would chuck a little bit of crit chance out of this, because obviously you've got the added for that, the 20% added there. The mask in itself most times gives you the 10% extra, and obviously you can put them on these pieces here. So what I've got is the Coyote's mask, weapon damage, crit chance, crit damage, and crit damage. Now if you have a little look here, you'll mainly be doing the first two, so you'll be getting 25% critical hit damage or 10% crit hit and crit hit damage. It's really nice. The backpack is the Walker Harrison Company, and if you have a look there, we've got the two-piece, so we've got the weapon damage and the damage to armour. So I've put weapon damage, headshot damage, crit hit damage and crit hit chance. But like I said, kind of play around with it, and if you wanted to take the crit hit chance out and put it to headshot damage or critical hit damage, you could, depending on which gun you want to use. Now the talent I've got on that is the Vigilance, and it's basically 25% extra damage. Just make sure you don't get shot. If you get shot for 4 seconds, you haven't got that 25% extra. Now on here is the Walker and Harris Company gloves, and that's weapon damage, crit hit chance and crit hit damage. Over here, obviously you're running an assault rifle build, so you're going to want a bit of Fenris, so you've got that there. And the main thing you'll want on that is the explosive resistance. Definitely not. I did not, I was not able to get that out of this one because I had to change the talent to obliterate. If you could, you would probably want that as headshot damage, because that would be best in slot for obviously the first gun you're using. Now down here, what I've put on is crit hit damage for your Grupo piece, and it's got headshot damage and nice weapon damage. And finally, your last piece over here, I've put a critical hit chance on, and that's mainly, like I said, because I am using the primary gun, the Glory Days, a lot more in this build than I am the actual Chameleon. If you wanted to, it might be an idea to try and swap this out for Fox's Prayers. Give it a whirl, see which you enjoy more. I've put weapon damage, critical hit damage, and a little bit of weapon handling, and that was just to stabilise a little bit of the secondary gun, the Chameleon. If you want to swap that out, you could again. Now the two skills, as I showed you earlier, are going to be the assault turret and the striker drone, and they basically just give you a little bit of aggro cover, and it just helps you to kill stuff. Like I said, if you want to swap one of them out for some kind of survivability, either the reviver or something along those lines, then go for it. But I find this a really, really nice build for just getting in, doing the job, getting out. And it works really nice in a group as well. Really, really nice. I must admit, I haven't tried this solo yet. I can't see why it wouldn't work solo. I'd probably do it with a reviver just to make sure. But I think this would be a really nice build in either. Right, guys and girls, I'm going to leave you with a little bit of gameplay now to show you that it is viable. And once again, I hope you enjoyed. If you've got any kind of comments, or you think there's ways to improve it, then chuck that in the comments as well. And if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button for all things Xbox, all the latest and greatest, all the builds, more Division content, and all of the good stuff that's coming out around the corner for the Xbox Series X, such as Valhalla, Cyberpunk, Outriders and Diablo 4. I'll be covering all of those. If that sounds like it interests you, then hit that subscribe and bell icon. Take care, and I'll see you all next time.